Welcome to the masterclass on PydanticAI, a new framework for building AI agents. In this masterclass, we're learning about the core features of PydanticAI and how we can build effective agents using simple Python code. Now, PydanticAI, you may already be familiar, is from the same team that built Pydantic, one of my favorite frameworks in Python for data validation. In this series, we aim to hit all key features of the framework with plenty of examples, so hopefully by the end of this, you have a good idea how to build your own agents and how to make PydanticAI part of your workflow. Today, we're taking a detailed look at how to make your agents more reliable and how to make your AI costs more predictable through retries and usage limits. Retries are parameters that can be passed to notify an agent how many times it should attempt to answer a user query. But it's not just for agent. It also applies to result validators as well as prompts. This prevents infinite loops and can also make it more predictable to run your agentic flows. Usage limits are a mechanism where you can limit the number of tokens or the number of calls for tools or for agents. All right, let's move on. Retries in PydanticAI can be set at the agent level for each tool call and for the result validator functions. We'll work on examples for each of these cases so you'll have plenty of practice today. Before we start the coding though, I'd like to talk to you about the new school that we've launched. AI Software Developers is an exclusive community which provides access to a classroom with many of the PydanticAI classes with their extended versions, source code, and many templates on not just PydanticAI, but frameworks such as N8N, Flowise, and Diffie. We meet regularly. We have Q&As once a week. It's a very close-knit community. So I'd like to invite you to take a look at AI Software Developers School and become a member today. Now let's move on. Today, we'll work on 6 examples, starting with a simple hello world, which will include multiple retries and usage limits. Then we'll move on to more complex examples that will demonstrate how we use retries and usage limits. In the hello world example, we'll create a knowledge summary agent whereby we can just pass a topic and the agent will summarize it for us. In this example, we'll see retry limits both on an agent level and at the tool level. Next, we'll move on to agent retries. And for this, in the next 2 examples, we'll use a math model agent, which will ask simple questions and it will create the square, cube, and nth power of a number. But it will be a good demonstration on how we can use retries at the agent, tool, and the result validator function level. All right, the final 2 examples are actually quite fun. We're going to explore usage limits, first for tokens and next for requests. And for the tokens, we'll create a simple haiku poet agent. And for the next one, we'll use AI knowledge summary. By the end of these examples, you'll have plenty of practice and will be able to use retries effectively for your agents. To keep this video concise, we'll cover the first example in full detail, while the rest will be available in the extended version. All right, let's dive in. In this Hello World example, we'll start by importing our libraries. From PydanticAI, we'll import agent and model retry. Model retry is one of the important classes because it allows us to throw an exception and ask the model to recreate its response. So it's really effective. And I recommend you taking a look at how to use model retry in your loops in particular. If something doesn't look right, especially in these retry sequences, throwing model retry with a meaningful message tells the model to re-execute the prompt with the new information. Next, we're also going to take a look at logfire. Logfire is important in this case because we would like to see how our retries are working. So we've covered logfire in the second video of this series. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend you take a look at the logfire video. Make sure you're familiar with the basic concepts of telemetry and how we can log agent execution. This is critical because in this video, we're executing agents that use tools and we use result validator functions. All of these are opportunities for exceptions and errors, and therefore we can throw them into a logfire input, and then we can go and inspect our log tree and find out where the issues are or where the retries are. It's not very easy to trace this from the command line or from your terminal window. It doesn't always look easy to debug, but Logfire gives us the querying capabilities as well as the highest level of detail that is necessary to debug and find out any problems. So that's why we're using Logfire here. We're going to define our model as GPT-4o Mini, and our agent will be a simple agent with the system prompt that you're an AI knowledge summary agent. Summarize the key points of the provided text, ensure the summary is concrete. Anytime you get a response, call the infinite retry tool to produce another response. Now, this is a little twist where we're asking the LLM to call our tool to keep calling for these retries to be executed. And we're passing the retry as 2. This is basically coercing our model to call our infinite retry tool, which basically does nothing, but we're able to execute this example with both the retries at the agent level, but also at the tool level. So we're defining it as a plain tool. We don't need to pass a context, and the name of our tool is infinite retry tool. The retries here are 3 for the tool and 2 for our agent. Our main loop will be a simple execution loop, and we're going to go and inspect our Logfire logs to make sure that everything looks as expected. Let's save our file, open a terminal, and run python 8.1 helloworld.py. Our prompt is, I'm your summary agent. What should I summarize? Now that line that you see, Logfire project URL, don't worry about it. If you set up your project in Logfire, it just displays it there, but we're still able to type our prompt. So for this first example, I'll just type the US Bill of Rights. These are the Logfire execution logs on our terminal window here. The usage limit exceeded, please try again. These are infinite retry tool messages. 3 times it's being called because our retry for the tool was 3 times, but we also have retry 2 times for our agent. So the first time all these 3 failed, but the second agent call is no longer interested in the tool, and it will just go ahead and run. And without this tool, it will be able to provide a summary of the US Bill of Rights. So this is why it works, because the first 3 times the tool kind of didn't work. It threw an exception. And at that point, our LLM was like, I'm done with this tool. It doesn't work. I'm not going to use it. So for the second try, I will just execute it plain without the tool access. Really, really important point. If your tools are not getting the responses or they're going into an infinite loop, this is a great way to restrict both the tools, but also agent retries. We got a summary of the US Bill of Rights, the 10 amendments here. And now let's go to Logfire and inspect our execution. So that's the first tool execution with the blue. And as we can see, we have the infinite tool being called. Then the second one is also being called. And now the third one is also being called, and all of these are producing an exception. And then the agent is giving up on the tool usage and saying, okay, this was unsuccessful. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to try again without the tool, and now it's executing successfully. This is just a quick demonstration of how we can make retries work in both at the agent level and at the tool level. All right, I hope this example gave you a good idea of how effective the retry parameter can be at the agent, tool, or result validation function levels. Let's move on now. To summarize, retries and usage limits provide 2 ways in which agent execution can be made more reliable and AI ops can be introduced into a system of multiple agentic flows using PydanticAI. Now, PydanticAI provides retry parameters to agents and tools and result validators, preventing infinite loops and helping reduce cost of LLM calls. So that's one of the great things about PydanticAI, is that as a framework, it comes built in with these parameters and mechanisms where you can control these calls, you can control these costs, you can control number of retries. If you were to build this by yourself, you have to build a number of try-catch blocks, you have to define constants, you may even build your own custom framework for retries as well as usage limits. I mean, they're built into OpenAI in many of the modern LLM tools, so you can go and straight and inspect the number of tokens used or the number of tokens to be used. But using PydanticAI makes it a lot easier for developers. Next time, we'll look into ways of how to retain runtime context through agent memory. But for today, this is a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you learned how to make your agent flows more reliable and your AI ops more predictable. If you get value from this series, please consider subscribing and giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you, and see you in the next one.